Good morning, Ergo. Good morning, Christy. How you doing? Happy Wednesday, Thursday. Is today Thursday? I think it is.
Thursday, yeah. So, yeah, they're doing well. A lot of things as usually, so publishing a lot actually. And yeah,
Um,
watching 6.0 voting, so it's going well, it seems.
yeah. I see that 97% people have miners have put the note in and are voting yes.
Right.
That's awesome. That's very good. I think on SIGs we're still waiting to compile a 6.0 modified node so that we can run it. And then hopefully we'll be voting yes as well. But we'll see on that. It's a little bit more of a process when we're running storage rent, so another step involved. Yeah, I hear you're out of country. You're on a trip.
Yeah, so in Dubai currently, so met night currently quite famous guy, Josh, few days ago in a coffee shop. So yeah, just on his way to an airport. So yeah, well, it's quite hot here, but still, yeah, a lot of people in the town, so making some meetings and so on.
What do you wear outside when it's that hot? 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, so unfortunately, still don't have Arabian wear, like those white clothes. Probably the best choice, actually. But yeah, I'm just wearing like t-shirt. But then, yeah, well, you can be burned by the sun quite quickly.
Yeah. Are you giving any talks while you're there, Kushti? Or
Sorry?
just private? Are you giving any talks while you're there, or just private meetings?
Just private. So in regards with talks, not much events. There were some meetups a few years ago. Now mostly dead, it seems. And yeah, only big conference it seems, and they will be in October, and then April likely. Like they have what here token 2049. The biggest probably is in Singapore still, but yeah, Dubai version is also getting Steam. Last autumn I visited Cardano Summit, and there was Binance Week around the same time. Blockchain Live and so on. Yeah, so a lot of conference, but usually, I don't know. So I'm fed with those events probably because yeah, it's mostly about some I don't know, like marketing people selling some nonsense and scammers basically. A lot of scammers around, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
The plan for this year is to visit BTC Asia, maybe in Hong Kong in late August, and then yeah, Korean Blockchain Week. So we're already talking with some peers in South Korea. So yeah, well, probably we'll go there in late September. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I saw you had some comments in chat the other day talking about the next big move for Ergo, besides marketing or beyond marketing, is building useful applications and pushing those out into the world
Oh,
that everyday people could use, and it's integrated
yeah.
in the blockchain.
Right, but not just building. So I believe a lot of tools already there, right? So we just need
True.
people who will use them and describe experience, right? And describe pros and cons. So yeah, like bricks, for example, right? See your experiments with students currency.
Right. Mudex, Mumart, those kind of things where
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. There are quite a few tools already out there that that we can push out and actually
What
utilize.
else we have? Yeah, even DAO tooling. So yeah, I
Yep.
think there could be a lot of options right here.
Yep, we have. I keep saying this every once in a while, but Sigmalock as well. When that's done, Cannon just pinged them in chat the other day, and I think there was just a temporary pause on finishing up the development of that, but they're getting to a point where soon the UI will be connected to it and built. So that'll be really interesting. That's something that you could essentially sell as an alternative to, any crypto holder that wants to save and put money away for their children or for their partners or that kind of thing, with a lock in place and with amount of keys that you can hand to a lawyer or somebody else with a expiry on block height or date. I mean, that's a real life tool that will be available for the blockchain that I don't think doesn't exist on Ergo right now, essentially in that capacity or many other places. So yeah, things like that are pretty damn cool that aren't possible elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of use case, right? And most useful, I believe, is also quite simple, right? So don't require for complex smart contracts or whatever, right? So in most cases, well, what people are looking is just for things like, uh, trading like Walmart, escrows, right? Those login schemes, multi-signature DAOs. So yeah, community currency. So yeah, I believe in most cases it's about simple stuff. Just people need to start using it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I was thinking about this the other day, Christy. I was thinking back, I think it was yesterday or the day before I got home from my hiking trip. I was dead tired. Felt like I wanted to die. And just going through stuff in my head about some easy things that could be pulled on chain and actually function better on chain. And it gave me two thoughts. One was just a simple app that you could make for helping to track your pets. Right now, there's like, I think I pay $80 or $90 a year for the chip embedding in our dog, so that you can scan it if they get lost. But you could do a one-way blockchain purchase and put the encrypted information on chain, print off a QR code, put it on their collar, and have the same effect for cheaper. And it led me to the thought that what I feel like the blockchain enables people to charge for proper effort, right? I think there's an imbalance in corporatism or capitalism where demand is king, right? So if one person's making an app that does something, then they can charge whatever the hell they want for, right? Regardless of effort. What I'm trying to say is effort isn't relational to price charged, and I think that's awful, right? I think that if you
Mhm.
develop an app and it takes you a day and you put it up on there and it's useful for people, that's great. But should it mean that you retire for the rest of your life for something like that? Well, people charge out the nose for kind of things. I don't think so. In some aspects of that, I think so. If you develop a simple app, you put it out there, then perhaps it should be relational to the effort. And I think the blockchain brings back that true, I guess you could say, competitive capitalistic spirit, where somebody else could come along and do your thing for better and for cheaper. And that
Mhm.
competition is right there, and the base startup cost, since the blockchain's already there and set, is wiped away, kind of thing. So I appreciate that about the blockchain. I think we should see more of that. I think we should see more competitiveness in these scenes to kind of get the price of things truer to the total effort. Like there's like it's insane that they can charge you close to $100 a year for storing a few bytes of information on their servers, right? For this pet kind of thing. And there's massive amounts of things similarity to that. So yeah, so that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the blockchain actually push innovation and competition and have effort equal value and cost in the future, as opposed to these things where you buy something digital, Kushti, and they try to upsell you something. They digitally lock you from an upgrade path. You know what I mean? So hey, if you pay
Mhm.
this extra much, here's this little extra bit we're going to give you. And to the company, it's like what it costs them nothing to do that, or to develop that. It's just an upsell on that part. And the
Right.
only thing that's locking you out is some stupid code that's stopping you from accessing code that's already on your system that you just can't run it because you don't have access. So bullshit like that, I feel. Hopefully the blockchain can really help deliver against that, especially with open source tooling and that kind of stuff. So sell yourself, sell the way that you present your business and the way that you run your business, as opposed to safely locking yourself into code that nobody else can use or steal, so that you just have a proprietary package that you give people, and screw innovation or screw anybody else from making it better. Yeah, that's my thought. That was my tired thinking the
All
other day.
right. Yeah, well, I think Ergo is especially about competitive capitalism, right? Because, well,
Right.
there are no free money here, right? To sponsor parasitic activities, basically. And no VCs, right? To I don't know, just I don't know, throw away smaller competitors. Well, again, with money, right, being spent on unfair competition. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah, you
uh,
want something to win. You want something to win. You build it better and you run it better. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's
right,
key here.
right, yeah. So yeah, quite amazing setting actually.
Yeah. Less, I guess, there's still chances for corruption everywhere, but I feel that an open
Um,
platform with open source tools might help stave that a little bit.
yeah, and then we have AI, right? So even if some contract is not open source, so I believe it's pretty easy to modify it with AI without Ergo script, well, code even. Like you still have Ergo tree, right? Written on the blockchain. It's pretty high level description, and I think, well, AI in particular can be quite good about modifying it in certain ways, useful ways.
Right.
Yeah, and then yeah, so 6.0 voting is going on, and yeah, so for subblocks, there is well updated DevNet seed node, and yeah, I'm continuing to fix stuff and optimizing things like daily. So probably around the next week, yeah, that there will be another seed node update, and yeah, we can start thinking about injecting subblocks supporting mining nodes into public testnet from
It's very exciting, Krishi.
yeah, late July maybe, so somewhat July.
Awesome. Awesome. So what would that look like in a normal block on Ergo? How many transactions will be packed into a normal block supporting subblocks?
Oh, so well, after all, it will be the same block being formed and written on the disk, right? So well,
Right, right. It'll have the transactions or the hash from the subblock, so or something like that.
yeah, so well, current blocks would be kind of like pruning mechanism, right? So well, few blocks after, so subblocks would be just erased, right? And you have just blocks for bootstrapping the new nodes, for example, right?
Okay.
So and yeah, for efficient storage on disk. So yeah, so subblocks is just I know like temporary entity to be propagated our peer-to-peer network, right? For well quicker confirmation and yeah, well higher TPS as well. But yeah, well, still, we have like blocks, full blocks we have now, so that they would be just kind of archival mechanism, right? For you know,
Okay.
So then, yeah, it's kind of a fractal design, right? So you have sub blocks, then few blocks after they been pruned, so you have only blocks. But then you may prune the blocks with the help of Nipopos, right? And it takes a set snapshots, so you can store just less data with the same security guarantees. Right, so yeah, all those things supported since 2023. So, well, actually, in the protocol, support is the since the mainnet launch, or well, even before. But now, yeah, we have also well supporting clients, so a lot of pruning nodes and so on. So yeah, that's would allow to raise TPS right when needed. So you can just I don't know, assume for a bit more pruning in the network and well raise TPS accordingly. Well, there is no need to get into like Casper setting, so store like 3 days only, right? But that's also individual choice. So you can store a few days, you can store the full history. So yeah, well, we can just do things like default settings. Maybe at certain point, but yeah, well, a lot of possibilities, right? To prune without, well, reducing security of the network.
Right, right.
Yeah, well, there are cryptographically strong securities, and actually, well, very strong securities based on weakest assumptions, not involving any moon math, crypto, all that stuff. So yeah, just ordinary things like hash function properties. So yeah, but pretty much the same cryptographic security assumptions as in Bitcoin, but yeah, well, totally different proving capabilities in regards for secure proving. In regards to secure proving. So yeah, well, a lot of options to explore, right? So yeah, well, there is possibility to raise well network TPS significantly if needed. But yeah, so unlike like different shit coins selling TPS and having empty network, so I think well the focus should be on providing some useful capabilities to users, right? Because well, TPS can be raised. There is foundation for it, but yeah, it's not the
Right, right.
not the goal
Better,
to have theoretically high TPS,
yeah.
right?
It's bad like the
Practically,
Ergo developed tooling and actually useful things first, and now we're exploring something
right,
without the risk of security implications. Yeah, yeah.
right, and then yeah, so a friend of mine just finished Git Circle spec, for example, so will be published. So yeah, well, developers welcome to contribute. Also for Dexia, for example, testing is doing well. So yeah, the bank reserves are growing quite nicely. So yeah, we may think now about updating Oracle pool, the USD one to version 2, and then yeah, deploy Gluon USD.
That's the best news I've heard all day, Kushti.
Yeah, so then
Every
we will have.
every other week, Kushti sends me a DM. Check your Oracle, please. I'm like shit. I forgot to clean the dust.
Yeah, so version 2 Oracle, yeah, well, has so some issues, right, with incentivization and so on. So yeah,
Hmm.
well, it's probably a good time to update to design, which is proven to be more robust already.
Are
And
you
then
going to? Do you think the Oracle set will expand on the Oracle 2.0 for SigUSD?
Yeah, so we can have like I don't know, like 15 working oracles like in gold, right? So yeah, well, and we can then launch Gleon USD, Dexy USD, right? All the
Right.
things, and yeah, that would be quite interesting because. Yeah, it seems after all, there will be some revived interests to algorithmic stable coins and now crypto-backed, I believe, because yeah, after uh, uh, Terra and other non-backed stable coins fail, yeah, so well, it will be demand for crypto-backed stable coins, and then yeah, things like Gleon Dexy, yeah, yeah, I think very competitive to say at least.
Great, great. Speaking of 6.0, Kirsty, 6.1's been running flawlessly on the three peer-to-peer explorers that I set up. It's
Yeah,
been fantastic. It's nice and
yeah,
fast, very quick,
yeah,
very nice.
and
It's,
yes, yeah, please also check testnet mining, yeah.
oh my, is it down?
So MGPy reported something there.
Let's see. Testnet is. Oh yeah, it's been down for 15 hours. My bad. Let me go kick it in my basement.
Yeah, but I believe we need for more miners, right?
You do. You do.
So and you have one GPU, right?
I've got yeah, I've got a like a 2070 pointed at it for now. Yep, something small.
All right. So then maybe yeah. So we need to find more miners to test subblocks, all that stuff. Like a couple more miners at least. And then yeah, maybe at some point we can try side chaining, right? To bring testnet Erg to mainnet to reward for testnet mining even. The concept which not tried in other networks, but why not?
Right. Let's see. I just rebooted my node. That's how quick it is, and we'll see if it's going to come back. See if it starts producing blocks.
Yeah, so yeah, well, we need to do well something with all those things, right?
Yeah, yeah, Kushti, I'd love to be able to incentivize node running eventually somehow. I think that'd be great.
Um,
Maybe just even testnet node, just a small incentivization to run that.
no, but
Um,
it will be just tested mining, right? Not running nodes.
right,
Because
right, testnet mining. Yep, yep.
yeah, running nodes. So first we need to define precisely, especially as in Ergo we have a lot of modes of operation, right? So you can run node with Nipopo and you take source set snapshot, for example, you may store all the full blocks. So the first question is what to incentivize here even. So is it about storing all the full blocks or just some suffix? Well, why? So why to choose particular option, incentivization option? So yeah, it's not quite clear, right? So what's what can be incentivization desiderator about when we are talking about incentivizing nodes? So yeah, I haven't seen any clear answer even yet to the moment. But yeah, so some things are possible even without touching the core protocol. So once there was a scheme of running some kind of proof of stake rewarding mechanism for on top of Ergo, right, as an application as a well contract. So without touching anything in the core protocol, and this way you can incentivize people while running the nodes and having wallet unlocked, right? But maybe it's not the thing you are willing to incentivize, right? Because well, it's not that secure to have unlocked wallet after all, in many cases. So yeah, well, hard to say. So first we need to define what to incentivize exactly. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, what else is new?
Yeah, also started some writings and some empty repositories for merged mine sidechains. So yeah, well, as usually, we are after delivery of something, right, like 6.0, which is now undergoing. So, well, we are working on subblocks, right, but planning the next thing, so merged mine sidechains. So yeah, it's time to plan and maybe start developments. And yeah, this time it will be in done in Rust. So yeah, probably most of development then should be done by other people because I'm not even strong in Rust. So then, yeah, it's yeah about a lot of questions how to incentivize developers and so on. But yeah, I believe it should be there, right? Because a lot of ideas, well, what to build from private side chains to like very compliant ones. To double merged mine sidechains, for example, like Bitcoin and Ergo merged mined at the same time, to allow for more trustless Bitcoin DeFi, right? And then, yeah, to have, sorry, one second. Then to have a partner chain of Cardano, which is also merged mine chain of Ergo, to have well, in regards with privacy, it can be like compliant privacy, like midnight based merged mine sidechain. So a lot of ideas, but anyway, we can do. We can start working on merged mine sidechains right now. Okay, so what are updates?
Christy, what's the braid thing that Joe posted about last night? Better Money Labs braid.
So yeah, it's well exactly double merged mine sidechain idea. So still well writing white papers. So yeah, we will be published in coming days maybe. But yeah, well in the first place discussing with some I don't know partners. So the idea is to avoid like developing something which has no interest right from outside, so to unbubble with development efforts as well now, right? So with double merged mine sidechains. So Braid is double merged mine Bitcoin plus Ergo sidechain, and yeah, we are talking with some big Bitcoin mining pools and so on, right? In regards to supporting it. Then yeah, we can try for more options like to have midnight powered and so on. But yeah, there is also needs from like users adoption side. So yeah, well, considering different options, yeah. So stay tuned.
All right, cool, very cool. Well, as far as the meetup going, just a reminder that everything's posted on Twitter. I'll probably post again this week. For signups, Joe got me in contact with the building owner that we're renting out for the event, and she's going to actually help with some of the planning and the setup. So that's great. We'll do some troubleshooting and not troubleshooting, but some brainstorming and get that all nice and welcoming for everybody that's in attendance. But otherwise, the order of events is pretty much nailed out. We have to do some sort of community vote on what the hackathon is going to be about. And then the final result will be hidden and revealed during that hackathon. So that'll be fun to watch. I got to get my streaming equipment ready and packed up so that I'm not missing anything when we're streaming everything. I think we'll bring all of everybody's screen that's hacking into one interface so people can watch people coding live. So I think that'll be fun. And then with drunk commentary by myself and Joe, trying to understand what's going on, that could be even more fun. So we'll see how that goes. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to being in Colorado in October and seeing people face to face. Pushti, did you get a chance to, are you going to go to the consulate after you return from Dubai to see if you can get a visa?
So it seems no chance because I don't have a biometric passport. So
Okay.
it would take some time. Yeah, well.
Can we at least zoom you in and have you give us a hello during the conference, during the meetup?
Yeah, so yeah, and can try to get a biometric passport, but yeah, probably that's so with traveling plans can do that not earlier than the meetup itself. So like
Right.
November. So then next year maybe, but yeah, let's see. So. Yeah, it seems that the US is one of very few countries with such demand, actually.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, even to
biometric
just
passport.
right, we can't even fly domestic, I don't think, anymore without a real ID, which requires quite a few different proofs of citizenship and life and other things. So it's that change just happened recently. So yeah, kind of a pain.
Yeah, so let's see. I mean, there is some option which I can try in August, but yeah, the chance is small, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah,
All
we'll
right.
be happy to join remotely anyway. And
Yeah,
then
no, that'd be great.
maybe next year, yeah, so need to do something with this biometric stuff.
All right, cool. Cool beans. And as far as the P2P infra that I talked about last week, we had about 4 or 5 people sign up already that would like to be sent a machine that's ready to go. So that's on my task list for the next month or so. I'll build these machines up and let them run and sync. I'll probably just clone some of the P2P servers that I have set up already and ship them out to the people that want to run it. And then we'll slowly add them to the load balancer to make sure everything's okay. And once we have a secure kind of network of known machines spread across the globe, we'll start bringing other people who just kind of want to run their own thing and be part of that load balancer. And depending on your internet bandwidth, that's kind of how we'll do the calculation of how much load balance we'll send to you. So if you have 5% of the bandwidth as, other people running on the load balancer, we'll send you 5% of the traffic kind of thing, or maybe less, depending on what that is. So we'll all do that to make sure that the nodes are spread in the load balancer across the globe and that we're not overburdening certain nodes from certain people. And then hopefully we can turn off or turn down the Ergo Foundation's load balancer with the rented servers on Hetzner. And then we can be a truly kind of peer-to-peer decentralized node hosting DAO for Ergo, which I think fits perfectly. Will be great. What else? What's that?
So I think for July, a lot of news, right? So it's kind of hot, especially here. So to be honest, yeah, well, I'm working quite slowly these days because it's crazy hot here, so can't do much with that. It's like I don't know, like plus for 41 yeah Celsius, but it's in the desert, so I think in the city, yeah, it's like closer to 50 probably Celsius.
That is crazy.
But yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, so published forum post on some idea for a sidechain yesterday. Yeah, can do more. And yeah, our the weekend, some weekend, hopefully we'll investigate those private chains coming and already spending some time actually on studying recent chains with private contracts such as Aleo, DarkFi, Midnight, and yeah, well, would be good to have private contracts in a sidechain, right? Um, so yeah, well, we'll write more in coming days. So I'll also checking bit VM stuff for the yeah this double merged sidechain. Yeah, it seems well that's BitVM3, which was announced just like I don't know 3 weeks ago, so it's already broken. So just 2 days ago, one guy appeared in the chat with some critical analysis. So yeah, it seems BitVM3 is broken, but yeah, BitVM2 is quite good still and allowing for somewhat trustless transfer, but yes, still need to check. But yeah, a lot of startups actually working on such stuff already. So we can just reuse the work problem. Right. So yeah, well, and for sub blocks, I think to write something in August. Maybe well, feedback by Shai will be done by then. He promised to provide some. So Shai is well developer from Kaspa, also quite active in Ergo
Right, he
chat.
joined the he joined the Ergoversary AMA with the
Yeah,
community.
that was quite amazing, right? When people are just joining without
Yeah,
asking for permission or whatever. So yeah,
very cool.
that's
All right, let's see. What do we might have a few questions here we can bang out, Christy. Let's see.
yeah. But yeah, so let's have questions. And sorry, it seems I have like I don't know 7 minutes or something like that. So
Oh, you got to leave in
yeah.
seven. You got to leave in 7 minutes.
Yeah, so I need to go to some meeting. Yeah, I try to figure out, but yeah, like 10 minutes maybe. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I guess as Kent was asking about me, the small app I was talking about for dogs, he says, "Why do you need a mutable record for your dog's movements?" Ursa Minor answered him, but in general, the way these simple apps kind of work is that a user goes to a website, puts some information like their phone number, the dog's name, perhaps a state or a town. You know, maybe you don't want to put your actual address on it. That gets encrypted and put into a smart contract that person can then change and update. And a QR code is printed out with the decryption hash or key of essentially the password to decrypt the file, to decrypt the text on chain. And that is made into a QR code that the person then puts on the dog's collar or the cat's collar. And then if it's lost, it just says scan me, you scan it, takes you to a website, shows the information. So the difficulty, what you pay for right now in the outside world is you pay for the ability to update it, right? Because you could put a little chain on your dog and have it chiseled out, and if it doesn't wear off, that's fine. But people enjoy having either the chip in their collar or something else that they can update and never have to change it physically. So that's essentially what you're doing here. You're saying, look, we can put this on our pet, and if we move, we can update it by spending the UTXO on the chain, updating it. The code stays the same for the data, essentially, and that's all you have to do, kind of thing. So that was kind of the idea for that. But the main point of that story was that there are so many things out there that you can utilize the tooling and the structure of Ergo for that will actually work better than the outside world. Not everybody wants to blow $100 on, that kind of service, or not everybody wants to, spend money that they could spend less of if using infrastructure that's globally hosted and peer-to-peer, and things that could change themselves. So that was the main intent of that kind of story, not necessarily relative to the pet app itself, but in general, things that can be created utilizing the blockchain that are beneficial and cheaper for people. Let's see. Kento Crazy Fast says that, do you need to run the node to mine the testnet, or can you just point your rig at your Stratum server, So the idea here, Kento, is that the more nodes, so I'm running a testnet node, right? I think I'm the only, no, there's 3 other people running testnet nodes, but I'm the only one mining it at the moment for testnet. So if people point to my testnet node, my Stratum to mine, and it goes down, then testnet's down, right? So there's no redundancy there. Ideally, you'd want to run your own node, and you'd want to run your own Stratum and mine to it. Then if my node goes down, your node keeps producing blocks because you're mining to your node. That's the idea. Granted, if you want to point to my Stratum, that's fine. Then if my miner goes down, which is on a different machine, then you're still mining it. So there is some redundancy in the miner there, but it's not a full redundancy as if I lose full interconnection, even though my my Stratum, my node, and my miner are on 3 different locations. my Stratum's in Hetzner, my node is at my house, and my miner's mining testnet's here next to me at work. So there's some redundancy. It's some safety there if you do want to point to my Stratum. So yeah, I think I had MG Pi pointing to my Stratum briefly, or somebody else. So yeah, you're welcome to do that if you want to ping me, Kanto, on Telegram. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Kushti, do you know the answer to this? Evidently, 80K Bitcoin were seized from P2P wallets with no activity since 2011. How is that possible? Do we know any more news about that, or how that may have happened?
I know. So I don't actually know what's surprising in those transfers. So yeah. So but back in the days, I know some people with Bitcoin from 2010, 2011, and yeah, well, having thousands of Bitcoins were quite. So it's like having, I don't know, like the 10K, 20K ERG now, right? So I mean, it's just ordinary thing, So it's nothing surprising. So I know one guy from my city. He got into Bitcoin in 2010, and then got enthusiastic and started to reward. So he started to promote Bitcoin around some gaming forums, right? Because there were GPU guys on the gaming forums. So he spread mining software links around forums, got banned for spreading Trojan, likely, right? Because it was, I mean, totally crazy stuff back then, like some internet money with, some software able to get the money, so probably Trojan. So yeah, he got banned immediately, and then he started to buy some guys with reputation on those forums, and paid like 100 Bitcoin to each guy making a post about Bitcoin.
That's like us now paying 60 ERG for a mug.
Right. So yeah. So I mean that was just quite ordinary. So I don't know why now journalists are writing all those articles about some wallet moving Bitcoin not touched since 2010, because yeah, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of such wallets, right? Just ordinary guys which I don't know, just left Bitcoin in those wallets, and that's it. So And yeah, about 80K. So I don't know that there are some theories, right? Like Roger Ver or not Roger Ver or whatever. And yeah, so actually, all those talks are quite motivating. In regards with having more privacy, but yeah, the sad thing is privacy is coming with less efficiency, much less efficiency. So well, if we are talking about TPS, so it would be much less when we are going to shielded amounts, for example, right? Even optionally shielded amounts. So. And I'm not to saying about even more privacy. So yeah, it's hard talk, but yeah, I mean it's better to have privacy, right? To avoid all those investigations. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I'm reading the article right now about using OP return for Mt. Gox claims. Interesting. That doesn't seem like, maybe I'm looking at something different than Ursa Minor is asking about, but this looks more like a social engineering masquerading attack on yeah. I don't think, unless we're talking about something different, Ursa. Those, it doesn't seem like an address hat from what I'm reading. It seems like they are just um, claiming legal ownership of it via that process. Yeah, I'll read more up on that. That's interesting. Let's see, what else? You got 1 minute? Do we have any more questions? Oh, Kanto says he's going to spin up a Tesla node. That's fantastic. Um, yeah, cool. That's it, Kushti. You got time to go to your meeting now.
Uh, so uh, yeah, well, enjoy your summer, right? If you have summer, so in southern hemisphere it's winter, right? So yeah, then what else? So stay tuned. A lot of news coming, and yeah, well, what else? So yeah, I think we may have some more community chats, right? Because we didn't have many around anniversary. So yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
right, good
have time
point.
to organize because I was tripping around anniversary even. So yeah, let's try, and I have make more videos, for example, on subblocks this month.
Well, that'd be great. We'd love to see videos on subblocks, Kushti. That'd be great. We could use those as clips on Twitter and social
um,
platforms as well to build up the hype and understanding of it.
all right, all right. So yeah, have to run.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your time.
Ciao.